Obviously, Josh had a tough time against Newcastle last time out in December. He brought him off after about 33 minutes, I believe. That was a really hard moment for him. Since then, he's come back. He scored some big goals for me, a big penalty, of course, in the Arsenal shootout. Obviously, he's shown great character to come back from that, yeah?
Yes, he is doing a great job, but also a very important thing was the way the fans react after that incident. So if you see every time, even if Josh is not playing, every time he gets on the pitch or just warming up, our fans sing the Josh song. So that is massive for the players. So it's 50-50. 50 part of the fans and 50% part of Josh.
And from your point of view, what did you do after that game to help bring him back up to being in a better kind of frame of mind?
The same thing. I explained the situation because as a former player, I wanted to hear some explanation sometimes from the coaches, and I'm really open on that. I just want to help the team, and then work with him. All the work that all the staff is doing with him and is improving, and then put him to play. And this is the only way to show confidence to the player.
Samuel.
Hi, Ruben. When the club got to the last stage of the Europa League under Jose Mourinho, he started to rotate heavily in Premier League games because there wasn't a lot to play in them. Are you likely to do that similarly now where these Europa League games become more critical?
But there's a great responsibility. We don't have a team that is really big to do that. And then we have some players that I know that cannot make like 90 minutes in this moment still. We have to be careful. So we will try to address all these subjects in the game against Newcastle. But we have a great responsibility when we play any game. So I will try to look at that. That is for sure. But we have to face Newcastle. Can be competitive to win the game.
Will you roughly have the same squad as tonight for that game on Sunday?
Sorry?
Will you have pretty much the same squad, or will some players come back?
No, I think it's the same squad.
Simon.
What do you make of Newcastle at the moment, the form they're in? And you indicated before the derby that, as Samuel alluded to, you might have to rotate. Are you going to have to prioritise next Thursday with the game as it is?
Yeah, to sometimes winning games is the best way of preparing the next one. Of course, I'm going to be careful with some players, but again, we need to be competitive. And when you are playing for Manchester United, you go to thinking in the next one. So we are going to face this one, and then we'll have 3 days. We are going to prepare the game more in the way without a lot of run, a lot of training. It's just recovering, and then we will be fine on Thursday with our fans. But we need to face Newcastle in a way that we can win the game.
What do you make of Newcastle and the threats that they pose in particular?
Everything. They have top players, really good on set pieces, the physicality, the way they run and recover when they are beaten in the first pressure. So they are a team that play together for a while. So they won a title that was really emotional for everybody. You can see it during that week. But again, we have to think in our team the way we want to play these kind of games, and we are being more consistent in the way we play the game. So we'll try to do the same on Sunday.
Paul. Ruben, just on Bruno Fernandes, he's played pretty much every minute this season. I think he's played his last 20 matches he started. Does it come to a point where obviously you've got to look at the Europa League and next week, do you think you can take him out of the Newcastle game, or is he someone that demands to play every game?
It's an evaluation. We'll make this evaluation with all the staff, with all the data that we have. And then, because we know already the players, we will try to protect that ones that it will be hard to make a lot of games. But Bruno Fernandes is playing all the time, and is playing better all the time. Sometimes this kind of player has to play in every match, but we will address that in this day that we have to prepare.
Okay, the Newcastle questions are embargoed until tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. I think a local media question. We'll take one more as a final question on post-match.
All right. Lastly, we spoke about ONana, and let's talk about Ireland now. He hasn't been able to score goals, as you expect. You had to bring in Zegzi to score the second goal. What do you have to say about the team, the lack of goals? Do you believe you need to do things differently, or is there going to be like tactical switch?
No, the first step to score goals is to create chances. We are doing that. We scored 2 goals today. In this competition, we can score. So it's something that is different from, for example, Premier League. So we have to continue to do the same things and to improve the final third. So we are improving. If you look at the team, we are improving the way we play football. So we will improve also in that area. Again, if you look at the past of this team, we will always. In the last year, we have always negative numbers in the difference of goals. So we need to change that. It's really important to win matches, to score goals. But today we scored 2. So let's see next Thursday.
Thank you.
Thank you.